So this is Chamonix, and behind the clouds is Mont Blanc. And you can see the Mont Blanc glacier. There's many tongues of it, but these two tongues, it's very visible to see, are shortening, and there's bare rock below them. And all or most of the cars here are running on petroleum, which is basically just burning liquid plastic, or batteries, which have been stacked up by the hands of the poor around the world, and are essentially just the continuation of the same old war machine. Whereas, if we were running our cars, which are basically just tiny little wagon sleds, on hydrogen, or on water, rather, I should just say it, running on water, then we wouldn't be melting these glaciers at such a fast rate. Once these glaciers are gone, sources of these rivers would disappear, and the system will become unsustainable, and we'll turn into moisture farmers like fucking Star Wars. There used to be snowfields on this side, but that was 100 years ago. It's the Provence side. And the ice had to melt eventually. There's no contesting that. But the problem with climate change is that we're just pumping hydrocarbons into the atmosphere when we quite simply could be not doing that. We could be running things like airplanes on petroleum and everything else on water, which you see here, frozen in the ice. And just to conclude, here's a better view of these glacial tongues. So you can see, here's the river pouring out of the glacier. Here's the stone where the glacier was. Here's where the glacier is now. I actually woke up to some ice fall today. Obviously, in the summer, worldwide, glaciers melt. The issue is that they're melting at a silly pace, and it would be very helpful from a geoengineering, not to mention a common decency point of view, to have them around a little bit longer. And the best way we can do that is to transition off of fossil fuels for vehicles immediately, which is actually a lot more doable than it sounds, or than maybe we've been led to believe.